That was the Arctic Monkeys with Don't Sit Down Because I've Moved Your Chair on Manchester 106.6. It's funny people, my name's Jamie Kilday and this is George Cottier.
That's me.
That's you. Now, James pointed out last week that the Arctic Monkeys, they've ruined the joke in saying, don't sit there because I've moved your chair. Which is kind of the joke, isn't it? When someone...
Is that a joke?
It's like a practical joke, isn't it? You know, when you move someone's chair when they're about to sit down and they sit on the floor. Oh.
If you said it to someone.
But if you say to somebody, oh, don't sit down, I've moved your chair, then you've ruined the joke. But you've also been a nice person.
But in the context of the joke, is that what they're doing? Are they saying that they're trying to play a trick on someone, but then they're warning them? Or have they just genuinely moved the chair and then gone, don't sit there, move the chair?
Or maybe they haven't moved the chair.
Why would they say it?
And then they're saying to somebody, don't sit down, I've moved your chair. And they haven't.
But then you just look. You're not going to sit down somewhere else. Like, you're just going to go, no, that's right there.
I don't think the Arctic Monkeys were cut out to be comedians. I think that was the bottom line that we cared about with yesterday.
I saw them once.
Not this last week. The Arctic Monkeys?
Yeah.
I almost went to go and see them because my friend got free tickets before they got big. And we were given free tickets on if we'd give out flyers. And we both looked at the flyers, it just said Arctic Monkeys, and we were like, that's a ridiculous name for a band. Who would ever call their band the Arctic Monkeys? They will never be any good. We didn't bother going.
And a young boy once said that about a public speaker in Germany once, who became very well known back in, I think it was in the 20s.
Okay.
Some guy was doing his gig or whatever, he was working on the lower end of the circuit, and then someone went, no one will ever vote for him, he's a lunatic.
Right. Okay.
And no one did.
That's the reason why I did go and see them later on, and they are very good live.
Yeah.
You say you've seen the Arctic Monkeys?
Is that I've seen them. They're a bit, in that sense, they're like Hitler.
Oh, okay. That's a strange and quite.
That's the only way they're like
leap.
Hitler. That someone once said, "Oh, they'll never get on."
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah.
There's a lot of Hitler is one of those people who's been in a film where they do that kind of. Oh, look, he's picking up the guitar for the first time. They do it in Chaplin, they do it in Man on the Moon. Loads of films where, I think Johnny Cash films as well, where they go on and then they pick something up and they go, wow, he's good. He's good at being a racist. Not Johnny Cash, but, Hitler.
How was that?
He's in a beer hall and he goes up and he starts speaking. And everyone goes, oh, he's rubbish. And he starts speaking. They go, wow, he's really good at that.
Have you seen, what was the Chaplin film about Hitler?
The Great Dictator.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
It's a very good film.
It's a very good film.
Did you see Richard Herring's Hitler Moustache Tour?
No, that's not as well known, is it?
The Hitler Moustache Tour?
As The Great Dictator?
No, it's not, no. But I think it's something, if you ever get a chance, check out Richard Herring's Hitler Moustache Tour. I went to go and see it, and my girlfriend turned around to me after we were walking out and said, he didn't have one about his moustache, did he? Which I thought she'd missed the point a little bit.
But you know what? My girlfriend has got a pile of jewellery on her bedside table that is so big, it's actually started to attract pirates.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's a joke.
Maybe she should send it to Cash for Gold.
Yeah, and the pile of clothes on our bedroom chair is so big, I had to phone the council to ask for planning permission.
You literally had to ring them, literally, because it was so big.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's just a joke.
More witticisms like that from the comedian George Cottier later on in the show. So we've touched on your influences, why you become a comedian. So, winning World Series, Beat the Frog World Series Comedian of the Year, that's quite an accolade. How did that change your career?
Didn't.
Not at all?
Well, I went up and I won it, and they went, well done, George, you're the best comedian. And so I got the award, and I was allowed to do a weekend at the Frog and Bucket, which is a comedy club in Manchester.
Yeah.
And I went and did the weekend, and the audience hated me.
Okay.
Because comedy audiences, not generalising, but anyone who goes to see comedy is an idiot. And so they went and they were a bit kind of unfair.
Let's bring back why?
Well, would you?
Go and see live comedy?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I would.
Why?
Because I think that's the best way to see comedy. Seeing it on a TV, you can't enjoy comedy. You need to see it in the flesh, in person. That's the best way to see comedy.
People who make it for TV and record it, think it through.
Why?
They're idiots, compared to someone who goes and does it live. Oh, what a talent. If you go and see live comedy, right? Why couldn't you just sit at home and think about things in your head and go out and watch someone say it on a stage and go, oh, imagine if, you know, someone got an Asbo in Star Wars or something like that.
So, do you not like the audience then when you do your set? If people didn't go and see live comedy, let
me tell you. Let me let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
They're so stupid. I don't even worry about them not coming because they're like cattle. They wander in like a bunch of brainless idiots.
Okay.
And we know how stupid cattle are. You run up and you kick them. They don't do anything.
So how do you see yourself progressing then?
Just I don't know, exploiting the fact that anyone who goes to see comedy is a complete moron.
And so that's the way you've took to approach comedy, in the way of taking quite a high status figure then.
Yeah, I'm the best comedian.
Okay.
I don't. Why would you go and see comedy? It doesn't make any sense to me.
So do you not watch comedy yourself? You wouldn't go and watch if you weren't performing.
What comedy? What would you say is comedy that you could watch at the moment?
Well, would you not go to a stand-up comedy club in Manchester and go and watch comedians?
No. Well, I mean, what comedian? Name a comedian.
Any comedian, anybody.
I'll go and see maybe one of my mates.
But you wouldn't go to... It was such a Funga Bucket. You wouldn't go to the Funga Bucket on a Saturday night out?
I might... What I'd do is I'd turn up, I'd stand around the place where the comedians kind of hang out and just maybe talk to some comedians and pretend to laugh at the acts. And then maybe if the promoter came up or the manager, who I know, came up, I'd just... what's that?
That's James Beck ringing me.
Go on.
No. I'm ignoring him.
Go on.
No, I'm ignoring him.
Can we talk to him?
No.
What's I talking about? Yeah, and then I'd stand around and maybe like Lee Martin would come up and I'd go, oh, hi, George. And I'd go, yeah, all right, man. I'd pretend to smile and nod and, you know, ask him how he is. Answer it. Please talk to him. He's getting a phone call here on his...
I'm getting a phone call here. This is highly unprofessional. But anyway, carry on. So you're not a big fan of stand-up comedy? It seems quite bizarre being a comedian yourself to...
My stuff's good.
Right, okay.
But... Because I've never written anything and performed it that I didn't think was funny. I see so many comedians and I watch their stuff and I go, that just isn't funny.
Right, okay.
My stuff's funny. Why don't you do things like that?
Fair enough. There'll be more from George Cottier later in the show. In the meantime, here's Funeral Party singing New York City moves to the sound of... Go on. What?
Jasper Carrot, he's a comedian.
Would you go and see Jasper Carrot live?
I hadn't thought that far.
Right, well, while Funeral Party play New York City moves to the sound of LA, you can consider whether you would go and see Jasper Carrot live. Stay tuned for more of that on 106.6. This is actually the Arctic Monkeys. It's not the Arctic Monkeys. It's Arcade Fire.
I like Arcade Fire.
With Star... do you know what? Here's Arcade Fire.
You could shoot.